What makes a good Justice League member? Definitely not Guy Gardner, let me tell you that. I watched a short clip where the Justice League of America were deciding whether or not Shazam should be in the Justice League as a member, and thought to myself, what grants you the approval of entering the Justice League, or fighting crime in general, or just having the title of a hero? So before I ask you what should grant you the approval of entering a team of heroes, I should probably answer the question of what makes a hero. What makes a hero? A hero is defined as a person noted for their courageous acts or nobility of character, but nobody cares about that stupid definition. We all came here for my definition. What I define as a hero is someone who works hard to help others with a moral standard that aims to hurt no one and help everyone while not compromising that moral standard, while still making sacrifices for others. Why did I make my own definition? It's because of the first one was far too broad. I mean, with the first definition, anyone could be considered a hero, including the Austrian painter. So I'm going to list a bunch of heroes and see whether they fit my definition. So this could be heroes like Superman, The Flash, not Batman, not Invincible, definitely Spider-Man, and not Guy Gardner. Now to explain the superheroes I listed so that I don't look like a complete dumbo to my entire audience of 5 people. I say superheroes like Superman because if he's never tempted to abuse the superior power he has upon others that are weaker than him and sacrifice certain aspects of his relationship to maximize the amount of people he can save. I say the Flash for his resistance against the temptation to take up on the opportunity of happiness with the mother and father in a timeline of ruin for others, rather choosing a timeline of unpredictable relationship lifestyles, but a one where he truly belongs, while not backing down on his moral code. I deny Batman's heroism because of his harm towards his villains with his brutality, the tolerance he shows villains who hurt and kill civilians, the negligence of their vitality, and the contradictory results the Dark Knight's actions create for those being held in dark and grim reality. I condone Invincible's current claim as a hero for his inconsistency in his moral standard, his irresponsibility in dire situations, his inability to form a moral code, and the direct and indirect harm to others by Invincible. This is 1 to 63. I say Spider-Man indefinitely for his dedication to following his moral code, even when it's brought him immense suffering into his life, and the temptation of comfortability weighing on him to leave the persona entirely, and his choice to work hard to save the city in its entirety. And while I say certain heroes are perfect and others are not, I'm not saying the heroes who are not shouldn't be in the JL, the Justice League. I'm just saying as heroes, they aren't perfect and don't fit into the moral standard that I just made. But that doesn't detract from their heroism. I just did this to say that take everything that I say with a grain of salt. Cause while my definition sounded good, some would even say perfect, on paper, you will find exceptions to it. Oh, and I don't like Guy Gardner. And while moral ethics are important, they cannot be the sole focus of discussion about superheroes, at least not without mentioning superpowers. Should powers matter? Some would say he wouldn't be the man without being super. Some would say the lightning is the only reason he could save the day in a flash. Some would say Gadget should be placed before the man. Others would say he'd be invincible without his genetics. And others say the spider carried the man. Shut up, Gardner. And I say no. Because if power really mattered, then moral ethics wouldn't be a factor of heroism, or at least it would be heavily denounced. Strong character isn't needed for a person who can save a planet at a snap of a finger. And even if they had that powers, others wouldn't use it efficiently enough to save people, while others would end up contributing to the harm of people because of the lack of proficiency they have with that power. While a fireman can save people from a burning building and burning towers, and a policeman can chase criminals for hours and catch them, powers don't matter. And with all that being said, I think the answer is very clear, at least to me. What makes a good Justice League member? I think it's a combination of multiple factors such as cooperation, morality, and ability. Yes, I said that powers didn't matter, but even a person without powers can create a negative synergy with a crime fighting group. To put it in as best of a way I possibly can, to be a perfect Justice League member, we would have to be a person who can cooperate well with the group morally and socially without disrupting the group's unity negatively inside or outside of a battlefield, and have a moral standard and way of crime fighting that's accepted amongst the group while having a psychological maturity to reflect on that moral code. And lastly, to be able to use your gifts, skills, and advantages in a way that doesn't hinder the group's performance but enhances it overall. And I think Shazam perfectly embodies these qualities, with him socially being able to coexist with the JLA and his moral ethics and standards aligning with the Justice League, while having the wisdom of Solomon to reflect on that moral code and his style of fighting and ethics when crime fighting paired with his ability matching the group's unity in combat. Shazam is not only a good Justice League member, but a one who belongs. Thank you guys for watching this video. It took me a long time to make, but if you liked it, you can watch these other videos about whether superheroes can be good heroes without being good people. As always, please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.